Hey guys, this is Snack Attack 8. Welcome back to more Donkey Kong. This is part 23. Welcome back. It's the game you all know. It's the game I've been playing for 22 parts now, and I'm still playing it. In the last episode, we finished off Crystal Caves, which is cool. I didn't think we were gonna get it done that fast, but we sure did. And in this one, we'll fight the boss, and then we'll start making legs on our next trek of the journey. Just gotta shoehorn a Shrek ref in every time. It's essential. I don't know. There's no way we're gonna need all the Kongs to finish this off. We can probably get away. What does Donkey Kong have, like 90 or something? He's got a lot. 95. Probably get away with just feeding with like Diddy then, right? 85? How many does Lanky have? 90. Alright, we'll do it with Lanky. And we'll end off with Diddy. We'll end off with one of the other Kongs. Maybe it's Diddy, maybe it's Donkey. This is level 6. So if you're watching this for the first time, you gotta figure that there's gotta be some repeat. One of the Kongs we've already played as is gonna have to do this boss fight. Because otherwise, you know, it would make sense. They've all fought one on their own so far, which means that we're gonna have to do a repeat. And of course, the leader of the bunch is the first to step up to bat for that. He's actually one of the only two who steps up to bat for that. This is another DK-specific boss fight. And what's it gonna be? Man, we just broke even with these bananos. Good planning, Snacko. I didn't plan that, but good planning. I guess, well, I already told you who it was gonna be, but we'll watch the thing. There it is. DK's had some time to heal since he took all that unnecessary damage in the Armadillo fight. Now it's time to get him back in the ring with another boss. And who better to go back in the ring with than... Uh-oh. Their Kremlings are building something. Those little cannons look familiar. Yeah, I'm having that feeling. It looks like it's a Jungle Japes throwback, baby. It's Armadillo Fight 2. All right, I actually think my own laugh there like perfectly synced up with his little. That's pretty funny. Somebody, like, I guess I was gonna say somebody let me know if it did that, but I'll watch it back in editing. I don't know. All right, so we're fighting Armadillo again, much like Dogadon. What's funny is the first time we fought Dogadon, the first time we fought Armadillo, we fought him before Dogadon. This time it's reversed. But as we saw the critters doing, Armadillo has made some improvements on his shell. You can still make the fight go faster by running into him when he's rolling around like that. But he's definitely upgraded himself in some ways. Got that those jet boosters, which make a little ground pound come out. It's really easy to dodge, really not an issue. I mentioned really liking the Dogadon rematch, and I do like the Armadillo rematch too. I like the fight itself more than the Jungle Japes one. It's just much less basic. It's just a better fight. But I don't think it lives up to the hype of the Dogadon rematch. It's still pretty easy. It's just kind of, you know, it is what it is. It's just another boss. Again, it's sort of a weird choice for them to reuse bosses. I don't know if they were running low on the game or they didn't have time to make any more assets or what, but they definitely reuse 2 of them. They will not be reusing Puff Toss or Mad Jack, so don't worry. The boss of the final level is completely unique and also awesome. And of course the final boss wouldn't be a rehash either. So that's cool. I guess I just spoiled that level 7 is the final level, but there's not that many keys left. I think you guys could have put your heads to it. Yeah, back to Armadillo, I guess. I think he's going to start changing things up now. I think did I get hit twice by his, I got hit by something there. Yeah, I'm almost down 1 health, or 1 thing. I guess I got hit once by his cannons. Because this is my 3rd time getting hit by just him rolling around. Or maybe it was the shockwave blast. I don't know. I also think this shockwave is just much easier to avoid than Dogadon's. Like, I don't know why they chose to put that one first. It feels like we really should rematch Armadillo again before we fought Dogadon again. Maybe they just wanted Chunky to fight Dogadon because of the power that you need to use, and because Chunky's 5th in the rotation, they just wanted you to have Chunky's boss fight before they had DK's 2nd one. So that's why he's in Fungi Forest and not here. Though I would think it would, it would make sense for Armadillo to be in Fungi Forest, because the other level he was in, Jungle Japes, was also a very kind of lush, kind of green level. I don't know. Maybe I'm onto something there. Maybe they originally were designed to be that way and they swapped them around. But either way, regardless of where this dude was supposed to be originally, he just got beat by me. His final last-ditch effort move there, shooting that big schnoz rocket thing out, looks intimidating, but what you can do is, if you're good, you kind of just steer the rocket into the TNT barrel, and it'll blow up, and it'll end the cycle for that attack. So really, that fight's easier than Mad Jack. I think it's easier than Puff Toss. Pretty easy. It's definitely easier than Dogadon 2. I don't know. Armadillo 2, kind of cool, but not that cool. That's it for Crystal Caves. Hold on. I did check our totals there, right? Let's do it one more time. We are good, but I wanted to also check this stuff. Yeah, we got the battle crown. Okay, all right, we're good. All right. There's nothing else to do in the lobby. There is something left to do in the Fungi Forest lobby, though. I think you guys all might remember that now, and that's actually where we're gonna head, because the sky is blue. It blows my mind. That's not even the right words. Because we gotta finish up Fungi Forest, man. We gotta get that stuff done. First, though, I guess we can turn the key into K-Lumsy. Maybe he's been sitting here, the levels are getting harder. Maybe he's losing hope in the Kongs. I like to come down and give him some reassurance every once in a while. Actually, there's something we can do in here, too. I should have come here as Lanky. And this will actually do something. It's not something we can access just yet, but K-Lumsy's romping around in there. We'll make the croc head open just a little bit, and then it closes back up. So that may be a little hint as to what the final thing K-Lumsy's gonna unlock is. Let's swap to Lanky. We can do something in K-Lumsy. That's not what I wanted. We can do something in K-Lumsy's room with him. Take the 1 pad, please. Please and thank you. Yeah, in here there's something that we're now able to do thanks to our Crystal Caves trip. I think pretty much everything left in DK Isles that's not in a hub area we can do now. We've gotten our last set of abilities from Cranky, so no Kong has any move they can't perform anymore. Man, I should have gone the other way actually. So yeah, pretty much everything's open to us now. We'll never have to backtrack again after, of course, our trip to Fungi Forest the 2nd time. We're really wrapping up. Crystal Caves really feels like the last thing before you're close to end game. I think at least. So this is another timer thing, much like that cabin back in Crystal Caves. We're just gonna make it too. They really do, put the pressure on with these timers. They're not long amounts of time to do some of this stuff. K-Lumsy, shut up, dude. Look at what he's doing in there. Actually, let's look at him for a second. What was he doing? Was he trying to get out? He's looking around. I don't know. He was making some crazy noises when I was running around. And he was like, "Oh man, Lanky, how'd you go so fast?" I don't know. Alright, so let's switch to Chunkus Kong. As he gets scared. Chunky, what are you so scared of just right now? All we're doing is walking around DK Isles. Maybe he knows we're going to have to go back to Fungi Forest and he's traumatized because he had to do that scary Dogadon fight there. Or he knows that we're going to be changing it to nighttime and doing nighttime stuff and he's just scared of the spook zone. I guess that's kind of cool, right? None of Chunky's bananas take place at nighttime in Fungi Forest. Is that because he's such a fraidy cat and he's afraid of the dark? Interesting thing to think about, right? Anyway, here's the last battle crown for DK Isles. We already did a DK Isles battle crown. There was the one in that room with Snide on K. Rool's ship, but there's two here, and this is the second one, Forest Fracas. I do know what a fracas is. I think it's just a very loud, like boisterous event. Makes sense to me. And we got these scary skelly boys here. Have we even seen these guys? I think they actually were in the other DK Isles Battle Crown Arena too. Whoa. Whoa. Man, that Kasplat just took a dive. Yeah, I believe we've seen those guys just in this before. We will, actually the final level, the level 7 in this game is the only place that I think these spooky skelly boys appear. I don't think they appear in Fungi Forest. Do they? Do they appear at night at Fungi Forest? Why can't I remember? I don't know. They might. I might be wrong. But they'll definitely be prominently featured in the 7th level. And it's funny that you'll most likely encounter them in a battle arena first and be like, what the hell? What are these guys? Before you actually see them in game and it starts to make sense why they're even a model of enemy in the game. Man, we got about 50 bananas left. 60, maybe? Between 50 and 60. That's pretty good. There is something to do here in daytime before we change it to night. And it's not something I'm looking forward to at all. Let's see, actually, before we go ahead at this, let's look at banana medals. Only Chunky has gotten his. I think in that case, I will grab this little bunch over here with Lanky, because it's right here. And that'll get him to 70. I think there might even be a banana bunch in this area we're going to for him. We did get his Kasplat, right? Yeah, that guy's got white hair. That is Lanky's Kasplat, right? I think it is. Alright. Time's looking okay. Yeah, here we go. Oh, is it? Oh, yes. Perfect. Just enough. Give me that. There's your banana medal cleared. Everybody else, I think, will easily be taken care of when we hit nighttime. Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. Like I mentioned a couple episodes ago, we have the rabbit here. You can see he's got his little carrot home here. So Fungi Forest is definitely the area he resides in. I think it actually makes more sense to go to Crystal Caves first and do that before you come and do this, because it's kind of like you freed him there and now he's back home. But you can do this at any time. It's not like it's not sensitive to when you do his Fungi Forest mission, or his Crystal Caves mission thing, where he's tied up. Basically, Mr. Rabbit Boy is going to challenge us to an obstacle course. A little race between me and him. Now, we have to do this in Orang Stand. And this race, this one we're doing here, is not so bad. I think as far as the AI goes for the rabbit, he rubber bands worse than any other thing in the game. Even like the RC car or maybe the seal or you can definitely tell they're programmed to rubber band. This guy, I think, does it really bad. When you're ahead, he seems to get super fast, and even when you're behind, he's pretty fast in general. So this is a little irritating, but it's manageable for sure. There's some corners we can cut coming up against this guy. That's gonna save us some time. I feel like he always makes up a ton of time on that little loop bit. What I really want to do is, you could see it back there, what I really don't want to do is catch on these logs, because it'll exit you from a rang stand, and then it's time consuming to get back into it, because you have to hold Z, and you have to, oof. Man, this is gonna be close, because you have to crouch and get back into it. Come on, just stay ahead of him, Lanky. Let him push you through the goal, if anything. What? Are you serious? Oh no, I think I'm gonna do it. No, I didn't do it! Oh my god! Oh well. This is not even the hard part of this. Oof. Alright, let's do it again. Screw you, we already heard your text. You say my grandpa could run faster? I doubt it. I hope your grandpa was one of the Watership Down rabbits. A fate no one should ever have wished on them. Alright, let's be pro at this time, though. Where did I lose time? I think it was either the time that I did hit the log and messed myself up, or it was, see, God, I'm moving so slow, it seems like. It was either that, or it was, there was like a weird bit there with Clump where I was like trying to see around him. I think Rabbit Boy might have caught some time there. There's all kinds of weird stuff that can happen in this rabbit race. There's a lot of just odd outliers. I think a lot of the time it can have to do with even just stuff like your joystick sensitivity. But there's also a ton of slowdown. I feel like the leaves fluttering down don't help it. Sometimes the slowdown seems like it's only affecting you and not him. It's all very weird stuff can go on in this. Oh, I heard them now. Just try to cut through here as fast as I can. Clump is gone, so that's not gonna be a thing. Man, see, like, it seems like I'm moving so slowly. And now I'm not anymore. Man, this is not even the hard part of this! There will be a second race against the rabbit, and actually I think that part of that is the hardest challenge in this entire game. But let's try this one more time. The only thing I'm worried about is that it could be my control stick sensitivity that's messing me up here, which I've read extensively on this rabbit race, and I think that's something that can happen. If that's the case, we may have to do an off screen, and I'll cut to me with a different controller. This is my oldest controller, and it's the one I've used the most. See, it seems a little bit like I'm going faster when I'm not holding up. I don't know, I've heard about this happening to people. I don't know if it's just time to retire this one that I'm using. We'll see, though. Another thing that can happen in this is Rabbit Boy will get stuck on enemies. He can get stuck running on the splat there, and it can actually help you save a lot of time. It's kind of a cool thing that can happen. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to even beat him this time. It seems like I'm moving really slowly for some reason. You can also jump up here. Sort of another fast way to get through. Alright, let's see. That Willy rubber band like crazy and beat us. Come on, Lanky. Come on, Lanky. Alright, I think we got it this time. Think, at least. Are you serious? Is he nudging me out again? Oh my god. Alright, I might switch controllers because this shouldn't be this bad. No. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, we're back with my other controller. This one feels much cooler and not hot and sweaty like my palms were with rage for failing the first race of this 2-race golden banana here. But, because I've been having the suspicion that the controller I was playing with before, which, like I just said, is my time-weathered friend, may be running out of juice as far as the springs and the analog stick go. We're gonna try this again. with my other one, which I don't ever use normally because the D-pad does not work, but because this game doesn't use the D-pad at all, I think we'll be able to use for this. I am starting off better than him already, so it may just be a case of technical issues. I'm not trying to say no Johns. I stick harder to the no Johns rule than I think anybody I know, but if your controller makes it impossible to do something, that's a little bit different. See, look at this. We're just doing crazy. Maybe that's why I think this is so hard. I do think the, I've mentioned already that there's a second race you have to race this guy with. It's the whole reason we didn't complete Fungi Forest on our first time here. I do think that that second race is the hardest thing that you do in this game, but now I'm wondering how much of that has to do with my old controller, maybe just being more broken than I thought it was, because look how far ahead of the rabbit we are. Even with that little mess up there, we're ahead of him. Let's see. Yeah, where even is he? Oh, there he is. Alright. Bow! Not bad for a lumbering ape. Wasn't really trying, so you can't have the trophy yet, but I need to get my breath back before we race for the big one. Take this consolation prize. It's coins. Well, I guess money should be valuable, but it's not because this is DK64. Man, I'm wondering if I'll just be able to smoke this guy now because I've been playing with the handicap of that old controller. Weird, huh? Alright, I'm ready for you this time, Lanky. Make it 2 out of 2, and whatever. I don't care. You're annoying. So the second race uses orangutan sprint. I do think this is harder than the beetle slide. And this is the reason we came to Crystal Caves before we did this, because you can only get orangutan sprint in Crystal Caves. Yeah, you know, we needed it for this. So that's why we left this and all the night stuff for the second drip. So when he's like this, you really want to make sure he gets stuck on something. He didn't get stuck on Kasplat there. I think if you fall and slide in this, you will actually fall out of orangutan sprint, like if you catch these logs wrong. But I could be wrong about that. Can't remember. There's a cool trick you can do actually here. Jeez, yeah, see, like this does not seem as hard as I usually think it is. And I can beat this, but am I having a catharsis here? Is it just because my controller has been on the decline for so long? Because that was super easy. You sure are one mean monkey mover, Lanky. Man, that wasn't hard at all. Did I realize that all I have to do to become OP at this game is use a different controller? Very weird. Okay, well, there's that golden banana, I suppose. Can I race this guy again? Because there's a cool shortcut I wanted to show. There's a cool glitch I wanted to show off. Man, I guess I can't. Oh, that's a bummer. There's an interesting glitch if you are having trouble with the rabbit race. There's a very interesting glitch you can use here that has to do with the it has to do with entering the Lanky barrel before you start the race. So what can make you a lot faster in this rabbit race is not having to see this thing, the transformation, like the barrel wobbling around and stuff. And what I would do is maybe just look up on YouTube like Fungi Forest rabbit race glitch. It's kind of a cool thing. I pretty much exclusively use that because I used to think this was so hard, but now that I have the ultimate ultra controller, that just, I guess its only plus side is not being broken. Yeah, you know, we did no problem there. Man. Well, I feel weird. I was just reading stuff about this online the other day because I wanted to make sure there wasn't something I'm missing. Again, I think, like, up until right now, I've thought of that as the hardest golden banana. And I saw someone saying, like, it seems impossible for me on like a forum post or something, and there was a response that said it could be your controller. Maybe just the sensitivity on the joystick has worn down. And I thought, you know, maybe there is something to that. Turns out there probably is. Yeah, so I guess, geez, what even time are we at? I think we're probably, we're right around the time I want to end it off on. That's all for daytime in Fungi Forest. So in the next video, we're going to swap it to night and finish this level up good and proper. Till then, guys, I'm a very befuddled Snack Attack 8. See you all in the next video. Later.